Lena checked her watch again. 9:17 p.m. The streets of the city had begun to empty, leaving the sidewalks slick with the evening drizzle streetlights flickered intermittently, their weak glow struggling against the shadows that pooled along the edges of the alleys. She should have taken the main roads home, well lit and bustling, but she had been late leaving the library, and the thought of trudging an extra 20 minutes to the main avenue had seemed unbearable. The shortcut through the side streets had been tempting. A faster way, fewer people, and maybe, just maybe, a little independence. But as she turned down the narrow alley between a shuttered cafe and a boarded-up convenience store, Lena felt the first prickling of unease. The sound of her own footsteps echoed too sharply, bouncing off the brick walls. The alley was narrower than she remembered, littered with puddles and discarded trash that reflected the dim streetlights like small, distorted mirrors. Her phone buzzed in her pocket. She pulled it out and glanced at the screen. No new messages, just the lonely blue glow of her lock screen. Just a few more blocks, she muttered to herself, trying to sound braver than she felt. The sound of a rat scuttling across a puddle made her jump. She cursed under her breath and quickened her pace. Every shadow now seemed to shift and twitch like it was alive, watching her. Halfway through the alley, Lena paused. A sense of being followed prickled the back of her neck. She scanned the darkness behind her, but there was nothing. Just the long stretch of alleyway and the scattered pools of light. Her stomach twisted. "Get a grip," she whispered. "It's just your imagination." She took another step and froze. A figure partially concealed by the shadows near the far end of the alley shifted slightly. Lena's pulse spiked. The figure didn't move toward her, didn't retreat. It simply stood there, perfectly still, watching. She considered turning around, running back the way she came, but something in her chest told her that was exactly what the figure wanted. Pride, or stubbornness, or maybe fear of being seen as weak, kept her rooted to the spot. As she cautiously continued, every step echoing unnaturally loud, the figure moved again. Just enough to remind her it was there. Lena's fingers brushed against the edge of her coat pocket, where she kept a small knife. The metal felt cold and reassuring in her grip. A low, gravelly voice cut through the silence. "You're not supposed to be here," the man said. Lena's heart pounded in her chest as she nervously lanced around the dimly lit alley, searching for any sign of danger. The stranger's ominous words hung heavy in the air, sending shivers down her spine. She shouldn't have taken the shortcut through this part of town. Too many shadows, too many potential threats lurking in the darkness. But necessity had driven her to this point, and now she was paying the price. "Who are you?" she demanded, trying to keep her voice steady despite the fear crawling up her throat. "How did you know I shouldn't be here?" The stranger remained concealed in the shadows, his features obscured by the gloom. "Let's just say I have my ways of knowing these things," he replied in a low, gravelly tone. "And trust me, little girl, you're a long way from home." Lena's eyes narrowed. "What do you want from me?" she asked, her hand instinctively moving to her pocket where she kept a small knife as a precaution. The stranger chuckled a dry, mirthless sound. "Oh, I don't want anything from you. Exactly. But you see, this is someone else's territory. And you, dear, are trespassing." A sense of unease settled over Lena like a shroud. She knew she needed to get out of there fast. "I understand," she said, trying to keep her voice calm and conciliatory. "I'll leave right now. Just let me pass." The stranger stepped forward, his silhouette looming larger in the darkness. "Not so fast," he said, his voice taking on a sinister edge. "You see, you're not just any old trespasser. You're something special. And I think the others would be very interested in meeting you." Lena's blood ran cold. "Others?" she echoed, her heart racing with dread. "What others?" The stranger's laughter echoed through the alley, making the hairs on the back of Lena's neck stand on end. "Ah, but that would be telling. Let's just say you're in a bit of a precarious situation, miss. But don't worry. I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement." With that, the stranger reached out a hand as long as Lena couldn't shake the feeling that her life was about to take a drastic, terrifying turn.